Hi, it's Nehemiah Wilfred from Applied English class. We'll be looking at how to speak and write English like a pro. We'll be observing certain verbs and certain words in this class. We're looking at words like advice, and word like advice. Notice the pronunciation of this first one, advise. The second one, advice. Now we have another one, abide. We'll be looking at another word, agree. Then for the agree, we'll be looking at the first one, agree on. We'll be looking at another one, agree with. We'll be looking at another one, agree to. Then we'll be looking at admission and admittance. Now, these are the words we'll be looking at the application and how to use them in writing and in speaking. Now, for the word advice and advice is not the same thing. So let's divide it into two. Or let's divide the explanation into two halves. Now we have advice on this side, advice on this side. Now for the word advice, let me write it down. And advice. Now advice is a verb. This is a verb, whereas advice is a noun. All right. For advice, it attracts the modal auxiliary verbs. So we have the modal auxiliaries like wish, can, could, should, will, would, may, a lot of those, etc. Now, it also attracts the anomalous verb. The anomalous verb, for instance, have, has, and had. Have, has, and had. Now, for the advice, it does not attract anomalous verb, neither does it attract the modal auxiliary verb. Well, they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words, but I say an example is worth 1,000 words. Let's give an example. Let's say I have a sentence. Let me pin up this. In that sentence, I have my dash for you is this. My dash for you is this. Work hard. My dash for you is this. Work hard. A, advice. B, advice. So what should be the right answer? My dash for you is this. Work hard. Should it be advice? Should it be advice? Now, if you look at the explanation I gave to you on this side of the bird, you understand I told you that when you have advice, it attracts a modal auxiliary verb, which are the list that are here. and also it attracts the anomalous verb, which is have, has, and had. But the advice does not attract any of those. Now, if you look at the context of this, sentence, you'll find out that there is no anomalous verb there. There is no modal auxiliary verb there. So what we have there, the answer should be advice. So advice is the right answer. But if you have another question like this, I wish to dash you. May I dash you. All right? So you can fill in the gap with advice and then advice. What's the right answer? You can notice the modal auxiliary verb wish. I wish to. The right answer should be advise, the one that is the verb. Advise. For this one, the answer is A. Now, may I advise you? You'll notice the modal auxiliary verb there again, may. So the answer again is advise. So you have seen how to apply advice and advice in writing and speaking. Now, we have a question for you. And the question is this. Let me use the black pen. I want to improve my video lessons. I want to improve my video lessons. Can you give me some dash? Is it advice or is it advice? I want to improve my video lesson. Can you give me some, is it advice or advice? You can drop the answer on the comment section. Let's move to the next one. The next one is abide. Abide can mean two different things. When we use the word abide, it can mean two different things. So we have abide. Abide can mean to live. To live with someone. Okay? A location where you're staying. That is abide. To live with someone. Now, the word is also abide. Okay? The past tense and the past participle of abide, which is to live with someone, is abode. Now, we have another meaning for abide is obey. Like to obey the rules and regulation. You can say he or she obeys the rules and regulation. Well, for the person to obey, it also can be that the person abide by the rules and regulation. So, the past tense and the past participle for abide, which is obedient, is abided. All right. Now, they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I say, an example is worth 1,000 words. Let's look at this example. The children dash the school rules and regulation. A, is it obey? B, is it abide by? C, is it A, and B. Now, let's look at the first one. The children obey the school rules and regulation. Of course, that is correct. The children abide by the school rules and regulation. That's also correct. So A and B is correct. Let's give another expression. Christians should dash the word of God. Christians should dash the word of God. A, obey. B, abide by. C, A and B. Christians should dash the word of God, obey the word of God, abide by the word of God. What should be the answer? The answer, obey the word of God, is correct. The answer, abide by the word of God, is also correct. But I want to make this illustration, or I want to make this explanation to you. When you use the word abide and when you use the word obey, although they mean the same thing, but they are not exactly the same thing. For instance, obey means to follow an instruction, follow some laid down rules and regulation. You can follow an instruction and not accept that instruction. For abide is accepting an instruction, not just obeying. Obeying an instruction or following an instruction by obedience is different from abiding, accepting that instruction as part of you. Now, for this last sentence, we have Christians should dash the word of God. Well, Christians should abide by the word of God. To abide is passive and steadfast. Passive, steadfast adherence to the instruction. He is committed to obeying the instruction. He live or she live within the rules and the instruction of the word of God. That is, abide by the word of God. For instance, maybe someone has a sickness, and then the word of God said that you will heal, for instance, and then the person is thinking, oh, I will obey, I will say I am healed when I see that the symptoms are no more there. You see, and the person is waiting for the symptoms to go before he or she can accept that he is healed or she is healed. But the person that is abiding do not need to observe whether the symptoms is there or not. So long as the word of God says so, he believes it. So he abide by it. No matter the symptoms, no matter the situation, he abide by it. That's the difference between abide and obey. Now, let's go to the next one. The next one is agree. So, when we use the word agree, agree can be used in different ways. We have agree on. When you use agree on, it means to give a consent, to accept a decision on something. It means to give your consent or to accept a decision over a matter. For instance, I agree on the rule of law. I agree on the rule of law. You see, you giving your concept, you giving your acceptance, you agree on the rule of law. Another one is that agree can mean, it can be agree with. It can be used as agree with. To agree with is to accept, is to consent to someone else's opinion, or it is to consent or to accept someone else's line of thought. I agree with you. Someone came to me and asked me, do you agree that Jesus is the Son of God? I'll say, of course, I agree with you that Jesus is the Son of God. So you agree with someone. So you can have, I agree with you. All right? I agree with you. Sometimes the condition or the weather or the situation can agree with someone. For instance, the weather agrees with me. Now, for the weather to agree with me, it means that the atmospheric condition is pleasant to me. That's what it means by the weather agree with me. Now we have agree to. Now, this is a different word or a different verb from those two that is here. All right? Agree to. Agree to means to give consent or to accept to do something. You agree is that you accept to do something. For instance, she agreed to my proposal. All right? Maybe you want to marry maybe a girl, and then after you talk to her, and then she agreed to your proposal. All right? She agreed to my proposal. She agreed to marry me. That is, you're giving a consent or you're accepting to do something. That's what it means by agree to. All right? Now let's go to the last one. The last one is admission and admittance. They are not the same thing. Admission is an entrance, gaining entrance or entering into a place. Admittance is also gaining entrance or entering into a place. Meanwhile, for the admission, it is open. Is open or is public. Now, for instance, we have school, the schools, the clubs, and the rest. Schools, clubs, the football field. So, you can gain admission into any of those, the university, the schools, the football field, and the club. But for admittance, it is not open to the public. Now, this is not open to the public. It's not open to the public. Of course, you can't get to the United States today and say you just want to enter anywhere. You want to enter the White House, you want to enter anywhere you feel like entering. No, there are certain places in the US or in every country that is not open to or open for the public. All right? So you can use this expression and give us a sentence on the comment section. Give us a sentence, for instance, make a sentence with admission and admittance. All right? So this is all we've got for you in this class. We'll see you in our next class. Bye for now. Have a nice day. Or let's give you the sentence. He got dash to Oxford University. He gained, and use this, he gained dash to Oxford University. He gained dash to the U.S. Military Academy. Now, should it be admission? He gained admission to Oxford University. Should it be he gained admittance to Oxford University? Should it be he gained admission to the U.S. Military Academy? Should it be he gained admittance to the U.S. Military Academy? Remember, let's use the school, Oxford, as an open place, okay, for the public, all right, for everyone. But for the U.S. Military Academy, I'm sure you don't just enter there anyhow, okay? You don't play around that place, all right? So let's give the answer and drop it on the comment section. Then, if there's any question, if there's any suggestion, you are free to drop it also on the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.